watch this for you too. So the tornado warning unfortunately does take precedence over the Pac-12 championship game. We're not a big fan of covering the football game either, but the safety here is tantamount. That's number one, what we're doing. So the circulation now kind of in the South Canadian river bottoms to the east of Porham, and as it continues to move to the north-northeast, it's going to be moving up a little bit closer to I-40, even though the warning doesn't exactly go all the way up there. So that's the southern end of the Muskogee Turnpike, the Highway 100 interchange. Of course, you got the big truck stop gas station, the Love's right there at I-40 and Highway 100, and then you cross the Arkansas River on I-40. So it's this zone kind of in here in that South Canadian river bottom area, slowly moving its way right back up toward the Arkansas River and the west side of Robert S. Kerr Lake. So we're continuing to watch that circulation very closely as we jump back and take a look at this on reflectivity. Again, you still kind of have that rounded area, a little rounded part of that storm just to the northeast of Porham, and that's where we could be seeing, if it does start spinning back up really hard again, that's where we might see that tornado try to develop. So just to the east of Porham, we'll take that track to the northeast toward Webbers Falls and Gore if it can hold together that long. So to run down these warnings for you, I'm going to kick back out to reflectivity and we'll just zoom all the way out and show you all the warnings that are in effect in eastern Oklahoma right now, because we've got that tornado warning, but we also have big severe thunderstorm warnings in the metro area too. I'll show you what those look like right now too. This is the city of Tulsa. We're adding the motion here, so you can see these things are approaching pretty quickly. That means you can expect, if the high school championship games aren't in rain delays and pushing people, lightning delays and pushing people back underneath the grandstands, that will happen very soon. Again, we're going to watch for any kind of rotation with the storm, any part of these line of storms that kind of lays out from northeast to southwest, or from northwest to southeast, I should say. So we're talking southwest to Skytook. This is one spot. I have not seen any sustained rotation. There may be just a little bit here, but the magnitude is very, very low. Now, that's something we would watch if it increased, but so far it has not. You can see we've added the East Tulsa camera as this line of thunderstorms moves toward the metro area. Big threat here will be wind, possibly 65 miles per hour, and of course that lightning. And you can see a lot of that lightning flashing on that Webbers Falls camera in the upper left-hand part of your screen. So the track updated timing of this line of storms moving up across the metro area to the north-northeast. Again, Tulsa between 9:30 and 9:40. Moving up toward we'll say Skiatook, Collinsville, Owasso between 9:40 and 9:50. Broken Arrow by 9:59. After 10 o'clock, we're looking at Oolagaw and Claremore too. We have not dropped that tornado warning just yet. Officially expires at 9:30. And the second that tornado warning gets dropped, we will go back to the Pac-12 football game. Let's look up to the north, this north edge of this line. Also severe 60-mile-per-hour winds possible with this too. You can see if this moves back up to the northeast, same speed, it'll be moving up towards Sedan, Kansas by about 9:45. So that's kind of the lowdown on the northern edge of this line. Again, we'll be watching where that is tipped back from northwest to southeast. Right now, we're just not seeing any sustained rotation in those spots, but toward Woolarock, Bowring, Bartlesville, close to 10 o'clock, maybe a little before 10. Copan on up toward Caney, Kansas by 10:05. High-resolution Doppler radar. Again, one more look at this tornado-warned storm right now in southern parts of Muskogee County. And again, northeast of Porham is the main spot where we're seeing that circulation. I'm going to zoom right on in here, look at velocity, and possibly near the community of Sims. It's a little broader right now still, so that is still some good news to report. No sign of any debris being lofted up into the radar beam at all. So again, the weakening trend is definitely one that we're watching and we are appreciating. So this, again, second this tornado warning is canceled, we will be back to Pac-12 football. But until it gets canceled or we ride this out until 9:30, we'll continue to track that tornado-warned storm moving into southern parts of Muskogee County. This will stay southeast of the city of Muskogee, so you're fine in Muskogee. And in Tulsa, we're watching that line of thunderstorms moving our way with a lot of thunder and lightning. Brad?
Yeah, but I actually got a report from a viewer, Denny Bryson, who actually is in that area right now, saying that, of course, as we've been saying, this thing, if there is any kind of rotation making it all the way to the ground, is rain-wrapped and very difficult to see. So they can't make it out whether we actually are seeing that actually on the ground, just because it is wrapped in rain. Of course, it's dark out, too, so it makes it that much tougher. So if we do have any area rotation, though, it is near the community of Sims, and you can see here it's been stubbornly consistent enough that it's maintaining at least a little bit of that rotation, enough of a concern to keep that tornado warning going as opposed to letting it expire early. As I zoom things out, you kind of notice who else would be in this path. That would be the community of Gore over here, over in areas around Sequoia County. So that will be an area to watch. So if you're in that area, you're not in the tornado warning just yet, but you'd be next on deck if this does happen to get extended farther up to the northeast. And even if you don't get a tornado, you could also still get some stronger winds as a result. And I believe they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Sequoia County now. That goes until, looks like it hasn't updated on our board just yet. Oh, there it goes, 10 p.m. So now if you're in the town of Gore, now you're under that severe thunderstorm warning, but as of yet, they haven't extended that tornado warning. And I'm guessing just the way this has been trending along, they probably won't. And just keep that severe thunderstorm riding along for right now. Now, as far as what we're seeing up closer to Tulsa, this is the line that James was kind of highlighting out, that we're watching for that particular orientation, northwest to southeast, where we'd have enough potential for a quick little spin up there. And as of right now, not seeing anything that pronounced just yet, but we're keeping a close eye on that. That line, really, that correct orientation that we're looking for, stretches from about Sand Springs all the way over to about Westport. And as of yet, haven't really seen any of those little nubs developing, at least not enough that there would be a concern for consistent, distinct rotation. But, of course, is the concern we tend to get out, especially in this part of Oklahoma, where those brief little spin-ups like this can and definitely do happen. That's even more commonly here than in portions of central and western Oklahoma, too. So go ahead and take a look, just kind of the bigger picture here. Lots of lightning once again. So once again, in areas around Tulsa, with those championship football games going around, we have lightning moving on into the area, as well as some stronger wind, too. And go ahead and hop on into our, just what we're looking at for wind as I adjust this here. And overall, it's still pretty gusty coming out of this as I switch radars back to Tulsa radar as opposed to Fort Smith, which we were tracking the tornado down in Haskell County with. Once this loads over here, I can give you an idea. Okay, so it looks like the strongest winds we have with this, it's where we're seeing those bright greens to blues. So in areas a little bit closer to around Depew and Bristow, Kellyville, I've zoomed into some of that over here, which would be upwards of around 50 to 60 miles per hour, at least pockets of that in there. So that will be our concern as this is going to be moving on closer on into the metro and certainly will be causing problems for any outdoor plans. And this is also why this severe thunderstorm is severe, because we have that potential for 50-plus mile per hour winds out of this thing that would certainly interrupt a lot of your outdoor plans. Haven't seen a lot of lightning with this as well, as you saw on the left side of your screen there from two of our different chasers out there. Frequent lightning with these storms, much more reminiscent of what we'd be seeing during the springtime months as opposed to now almost going on into December here in the next few hours. So just a bit of a not strange situation. We definitely get these concepts from time to time, but as far as seeing that kind of a squall line and that kind of lightning, it's something you associate more with the springtime months as opposed to going on into the start of winter. Now, James, we continue to watch this tornado warning, and as of yet, I haven't seen them drop it just yet. But what are we thinking with this? You think they're going to keep that going?
It certainly looks like it'll be allowed to expire at 9:30 as we come up to Fox23 Doppler radar right now. In the metro area, you can see that line of thunderstorms continues to sweep into the city right now. A quick update on the tornado warned storm. And you can see that main circulation is taking place, well, kind of just to the northeast of the community of Sims and south of Webbers Falls. Understand the outdoor warning sirens have been activated in Webbers Falls. Not officially in that tornado warned storm, but as we see that circulation getting a little bit closer up toward Webbers Falls, it's now located about 2 miles to the south of I-40 right now. The southern edge of the Muskogee Turnpike right along here, too. So this is what we're going to be watching closely. There's Warner. You're not in any danger in the community of Warner. It's Webbers Falls, Highway 64, and the Arkansas River Bridge just outside of that tornado-warned storm. And so far, no cancellation. We don't have any indication that we've got lofted debris with this storm right now. But the velocities are still just on that threshold where this is a little troubling to see the level of wind, especially on the outbound side of the storm. So it's right on the edge of that tornado-warned polygon, and that's what we're watching closely as it moves into parts of Muskogee County. Now, back in the metro area, we'll stop this animation, and I want to do an updated track on this line of thunderstorms as it moves back into the metro. Again, once this tornado warning expires, we will be back to the football game just within seconds. But we'll track this storm across Tulsa again between 9:30 and 9:40. It'll be moving across Tulsa. I'm already moving into Sepulpa right now. Skiatook 9:40, Owasso just after 9:45 to 9:50. So we'll say at about 9:54. There is Catoosa at 9:59, Oologah, Claremore, and toward Nowata by about 10:19. I want to zoom all the way into the metro area, the city of Tulsa, and show you where some of those heavier downpours are taking place. Let me clear all that clutter off the screen from the earlier tracks. Downtown, we're dry right now. TU, of course, just east of downtown Tulsa, but here it comes. It is going to be a wall of rain sweeping in. I'm going to add lightning because we've got quite a bit of lightning with it right now. We just had a ham radio report of 58-mile-per-hour winds near Prattville and very heavy rain falling. So this is going to be a gully washer as it moves across the city. Gusty winds. This is not high-end severe. We've been through storms like this a million times. This is going to be just fine if you're inside and stay away from windows. What we are watching, really heavy rain in this purple zone, maybe even a little bit of small hail, moving up into Sepulpa right now with these gusty winds continuing. As we look further along that line, we'll look a little bit further to the south, again between Sepulpa and Glenpool. Any place where we see this line sort of tick back, and we've got a new tornado warning now, so we have extended the tornado warning in parts of Adair, Cherokee, Haskell, Muskogee, Sequoyah County. So that is the tornado, that earlier rotation moving south, very close to, maybe just to the south of Weber's Falls. And that's what we were worried about, that it was still sitting right on that threshold, that we were worried about that tornado warning continuing. So sirens in Gore, okay. Tornado sirens going off in the community of Gore. And this is what we're looking at. Gore is right here. Let me move that down just a little bit so you can actually see Gore out of the bottom of that banner. Again, we're seeing the strong outbounds right here, right along I-40, and here are some brighter greens. We're zoomed way in here, so even though it doesn't look like they're very close together, they kind of are. So that's the circulation. It's a little broader, of course, than it was earlier, close to 71 and Highway 9 in Haskell County, but it is still at the threshold where we're worried about it. And, of course, when we look at it in regular radar mode, this reflectivity, you can really pick up that big hook shape with this storm as it passes just to the south of Wichita Falls. Now we get an updated velocity picture, and it is a little tighter. So the brighter reds, brighter greens, a little bit closer together right here, crossing very soon Interstate 40 between the Muskogee Turnpike. And in fact, this is going to be crossing I-40 very close to the Arkansas River Bridge, too. So just to the south of Weber's Falls and very close to, well, it's going to be east now of Highway 100 and the community and the Lowe's there. So this is going to be likely crossing Interstate 40 right at the Arkansas River Bridge. And that's the dividing line between Sequoyah County and Muskogee County. Sequoyah County to the east, Muskogee County to the west. Let me give you an updated track on that storm, too, as it continues to move back up to the north. Now, I'm going to zoom in all the way on that thunderstorm moving up into parts of Muskogee County. This one is not severe, but it is sliding up toward Wagoner as well. Let me go further to the southeast right now. There is the updated tornado warning for parts of now western Sequoyah. It does not include Sallisaw. All the way up into parts of Cherokee County. It does not include Tahlequah either. This is the new warning. So Tahlequah out of the polygon. Cookson and Lake Tenkiller, you are in the polygon. Stillwell just outside, but it's going to be a pretty close shave as this circulation crosses Interstate 40. That's where we're seeing the possible tornado developing. As we look right now, I'm going to update the track, moving to the northeast. On the left side of your screen, Weber's Falls video right there from one of our storm trackers, Greg McLaughlin. Let me update that track one more time. From I-40 and Highway 64, this is well west of Salisaw, but just barely to the east of the Webbers Falls community. So moving into Gore just in the next few minutes. In Gore, you need to take your tornado precautions from this storm as it moves just, it's going to be really close between Gore and Upson Siding maybe. That's just a couple of miles to the east of Gore. Main circulation is passing west of Vian right now too, so in this zone. So there's the track toward Notchetown, Paradise Hill, that's on Lake Tenkiller, Cookson on Lake Tenkiller, Pettit, but the immediate concern is the community of Gore. Let's zoom in and put some landmarks on here for you as we see this hook now moving out of Muskogee County up into western Sequoyah County. That's the circulation. You can actually see the circulation is kind of wrapping some of this precipitation around. There is the rotation just now north of Interstate 40 and just very close to Gore. So Gore, Paradise Hill, you need to be in your tornado safe place right now as that circulation moving right on top of Interstate 40. This is Highway 10. This is the Arkansas River, the county line between Muskogee and Sequoyah County, and that is the circulation as it moves to the northeast. As we take a look for debris, we've got something indicated here. Let me check reflectivity, and indeed, we've got a tornado down right now. We'll call that right on the Arkansas River and I-40. We do have a tornado taking place right now, and that is moving between Gore and Vian. And as it does move to the northeast, that's going to be moving up toward Lake Tenkiller. So we've got a tornado down right now with the storm. We go back through correlation coefficient and dual pole Doppler radar data. That green and blue centered right on I-40 is a tornado that is on the ground. It is a tornado down right now in western parts of Sequoyah County, right along the Arkansas River and Interstate 40. So we do have that tornado down now. That means this is a serious situation. That means take cover, lowest level, center part, smallest room, from Gore all the way over to Vian, all the way back up into southern parts of Cherokee County right now. And as that continues to move to the northeast, that is the spot where we're seeing that tornado take place right now. So right in this hook, passing very close to Gore, maybe just to the southeast of Gore right now, moving up into western parts of Sequoyah County. I'm going to take a look at this in high-resolution Doppler radar right now. And again, right on top of I-40, look at the very bright colors here. I'm going to zoom all the way in. And this is... So Webbers Falls, you're safe. This is Gore. This is Highway 64. Upson Siding, if you're familiar at all with western Sequoyah County between Vian and the Arkansas River. This darker line right here is Interstate 40. We'll put on our correlation coefficient, and we've got debris being lofted up into this tornado. Let me check how high some of this debris is being lofted right now. So this up to 3,000 feet. So we've got a significant tornado occurring right now. This is between Gore and Upson Siding right now. This is moving up toward the communities of let's see here. There's Redbird Smith. There's Tenkiller State Park. This is the community of Box. This is Nottage Town. And this is where we've got a tornado down right now. Actually, some pretty strong indication we may have some other real strong circulation just to the northwest of this tornado debris signature is what this is called. So this is now north of Interstate 40, moving across extreme western parts of Sequoyah County. Here's the community of Vian. Here's the community of Gore. You can see our tornado warning has changed colors from red back into purple right now, and not really sure what we just saw on that Webbers Falls camera. Just some sparks or something flew by right there. Not sure if there's been an accident there on, I think he's on I-40, but there's a power flash of some kind. So we're watching that very closely too. But still indication that we've got a tornado down right now passing east of Gore.
John, that's all he said.
Okay. So we've got a chaser right here on this storm as it moves just to the east of the community of Gore right now. So chaser video, storm tracker, Fox23 storm tracker, Webbers Falls area. We're looking on our Skyview network camera at the storm entering southwest parts of the city of Tulsa. Again, we're still seeing strong indications with this dark blue that we've got a tornado down right now in western parts of Sequoia County. And as this moves to the northeast, I'm telling you, if you know anybody camping right now at 10 Killer State Park, better give them a call. Hopefully they've got cell reception. They need to be heading to a sturdy shelter right now. As we look further down path, we get up toward Highway 82 and the community of Cookson. This tornado threat zone is going to stay just to the southeast of the community of Tahlequah. It will stay to the northwest of the community of Sallisaw right now. Let me take another quick look in here. And again, this is some really strong circulation that's redeveloped. And remember, 10 minutes ago, I was talking about how this was weakening, but it had not weakened to the point where we were able to say all clear that it was still strong enough that it could re-strengthen very quickly. Indeed, that is what has happened. There is the big hook with this circulation as it moves just to the east of the community of Gore right now. Still seeing indications that we've got a tornado down with it, and that's a current radar picture I'm looking at just to the east of the community of Gore. This dark blue into green, that is lofted debris from the tornado. So that's what the debris looks like in straight up radar mode. It is now north of U.S. Highway 64, moving up toward the community of Redbird. And we quick check of velocity, and this is really strong velocity here, folks. This is a dangerous storm that is producing a tornado right now east of the community of Gore. This is western Sequoia County. Now, as we take a look at this, I'm going to update the storm track, and we're going to look into the metro area too, because we need that update from Tulsa and that thunderstorm moving in. We've got a 62-mile-per-hour wind gust reported just to the west of downtown, 49th West Avenue and Highway 412. So what's moving into the city of Tulsa, severe but not a tornado threat right now. We're continuing to watch for any signs of circulation with this at all while our storm trackers are out near Gore. There's the line of thunderstorms that's crossed into Brookside right now, and severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect mainly for wind with this storm. Let me do an updated minute-by-minute track as this moves right across the metro area. The leading edge now has made it just about to TU, and we'll see those weather delays kick in there too, all the way up into parts of Rogers County too, toward Owasso by 9:50 to 10 o'clock. And we are continuing. Yeah, we can confirm the tornado from one of our storm trackers too. Which one was that? Hollingshead. Okay, John Hollingshead saw that tornado crossing Highway 64 with that tornado. Let's check in with meteorologist Brad Carl. Brad?
Yeah, I was just getting word now. I've been in communication with Jeff Kolb and Nathan Thompson too. The games are now delayed because we've been seeing these lightnings. And you can see TU is actually here on the bottom left of our screen. People are getting out of the stadium there because of the lightning moving on in and also the strong winds. I was letting them know that we were seeing upwards of 50 to 60 mile per hour winds that were confirmed, at least reported out by Sand Springs, that were moving on into Tulsa. I was telling them they really needed to delay that game as soon as possible. Glad to hear they did, but you can certainly see people caught in a bit of a frenzy there because those storms have moved in very quickly and now having to get people out of there very quickly as well. Now, of course, the big story, and what we continue to track here, is this tornado warning and now confirmed tornado in areas around Gore, now moving to the northeast of Gore and northeast of Weber's Falls. Still very strong rotation on here. You can see that red and green just all together, and actually I'll go ahead and pull back up our debris tracker, and yep, that's still a TDS there, tornado debris signature. So this is lofting debris up. This is certainly a dangerous situation for folks there as this heads up to the northeast toward Black Gum as this tornado warning does continue, and certainly some of the strongest rotation we've seen in quite some time, James.
Indeed. Let's do an updated track on this storm as it moves to the northeast. This is a tornado-warned storm. Tornado is down on the ground right now, moving toward Paradise Hill, Cookson, Lake Tenkiller, Pettit, Dry Creek, community of Tenkiller by 10:05. Our storm tracker, John Hollingshead, just saw that spin up cross right across Highway 64 right in front of him and joins us now on the phone. John, real quick, tell me what you saw, because we got a metro tornado warning coming.
James, it really rapidly deteriorated quick. I was trying to get out actually ahead of it, and I realized I wasn't going to make it, so I backed off of it. It passed probably about 75 to 100 yards in front of me. Had several power flashes in front of me, and just quite a definitely harrowing experience at nighttime.
Indeed. Okay, John, thank you very much. I'm going to kick over to Doppler radar right now. We're looking at high-resolution Doppler just between Sperry and Skiatook. And again, we just saw a little earlier when I talked about how any of these storms laid back northwest to southeast would be a tornado threat. And we're seeing circulation get persistent enough just to the northwest of Sperry and southwest of Skiatook to generate a new tornado warning. In fact, we'll see that pop on the screen right now. But that's a metro tornado warning right now, northwest of Sperry and just southwest of Skiatook. So here's the area we're talking about, and that circulation actually even tighter right now, just crossing the county line and located right here. So new tornado warning for extreme northern Tulsa County, and that's going to go into southern Washington County. It's also going to clip northern Rogers County, close to Oologah, and southern Nowata County as well. That is the circulation that we're seeing that's prompting the new tornado warning. Again, this is a smaller circulation than the tornado warning that we saw earlier in parts of Haskell County and now Muskogee County. It's a much smaller circulation than that. So we've got a new tornado warning, new update from the National Weather Service. We've got both tornado warnings to talk about. Brad, you concentrate on the Lake 10 killer tornado warning. I'll talk about this one in northwest of Tulsa. You can see the warning right now that is on the screen. So this does not include Osage County, but here's Skiatook. This circulation is going to pass to the southeast of Skiatook, moving up very close to Collinsville, maybe even the west side of Collinsville. It's going to cross Highway 75, very close to Highway 20, and as it moves up to the northeast toward Vera, and between Vera and Collinsville, on up toward Oologah, and between Ramona, Oologah, and Talala, let me give you a track as this storm continues to move toward the northeast. So there is the new tornado warning here. I'm going to zoom out just so we can get that whole track, give you some perspective. This is passing north of the city of Tulsa, so no threat at all from this storm in the city of Tulsa. But we are continuing to see that indication of a tornado now moving to the northwest at about 45 miles per hour. So we'll put that circulation about right here, moving to the northwest. This is going to be very close to Vera, Talala, if it holds together up into Washington, into Nowata County, very close to the community of Watova, too. So this is two tornado warnings now that we have ongoing at the moment. I'm going to flash back to Brad in just a second and want to show you exactly where that rotation is. You can see we do have some strong inbounds right back in here and just to the southwest of Skiatook right now. And in high resolution mode, what we're seeing just to the southeast of the community of Skiatook right now. On the Tulsa County side, we check, again, reflectivity, and we got something going on there, too. So it looks like we may have a tornado down in northern Tulsa County right now. You can see what I'm looking at. This little pocket of blues, let me check that with velocity. Again, really strong velocity right here. That correlates. We jump ahead to the current picture. We check. Okay, so siren sounding in northern parts of Tulsa County. Again, where we have seen that velocity couplet take place, we have that kind of greenish spot in our correlation coefficient with dual pole radar. So it looks like we have had a tornado down with this storm just to the southwest of Skiatook. You're looking live in North Tulsa County on our Fox23 Skyview Network camera, right up toward this area too. So that's, you know, if you can flip airport cam back to the northwest, that's going to be our best vantage point there, or maybe raceway cam too, as we continue to watch that. Let's look at velocity. The velocities aren't as strong as what we saw from that tornado in parts of Sequoia County moving into Cherokee County right now, but it is has likely produced at least a brief tornado in northern parts of Tulsa County. Let's jump back over for an update on our Cherokee County tornado. And meteorologist Brad Carl. Brad?
Yeah, we tend to watch this here, and this is certainly the circulation with this has certainly continued to be very strong out of this. As I show you this right near 10 Killer State Park and Black Gum, you can just see how pronounced it is there with the reds and yellows and greens all coming together. It's still very pronounced, and this is one that looked like it was backing off initially and then was able to regain some of its strength as it moved into a more favorable area. But this is near areas around evening shade, and I'll zoom this in here a little better so you can see this. And And once again, this says produced a tornado. We know this from radar data already. It's moving toward the town of Cookson. So if you're in Cookson right now, you have a storm that has already produced a tornado heading your way. So you need to be in your safe spot now. Get ready as this circulation moves towards you in about the next 10 minutes or so. As of right now, though, I was just taking a look at our debris tracker, and it's not quite as clear as it was before. If we do have a tornado still around, it's